Good afternoon. I mean, good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's afternoon somewhere out there.
Oh,
I know for a fact.
definitely.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday to everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Kingpin Talks podcast. I am your host, Dun the Kingpin, coming at you live. Also, have my co-host with me tonight, Mr. Anthony Playoff Mode Connerly. What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
What's good, man? Glad the Friday could not come soon enough.
Oh man,
Excited to be talking to you. Excited for the weekend. Ready to
yes,
get
sir.
into talking about this upcoming Lakers season that's about to begin.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, my brother LOE? Let's go. It's time, baby. Yes, sir. It is
It is
time. It is
time.
time. It is time, man. It's afternoon Hawaii. See, I told y'all it's afternoon somewhere now. Come on, y'all ain't finna make me on here looking like I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, my brother, brisket bro, Jeff, what's
What
going
up?
on, brother? What's
What up,
going
Jeff?
on, man? Man, he Jeff over there doing some big things over there, Empire Jeff TV. Go
Mm-hmm.
over there and check out his channel, man. Him and the Court Kings, my brothers, me's Chris, and the GOAT. Um, Dan, the Lakers fan detail. They doing some great things. Got some humongous things, humongous things coming at y'all on later on. So y'all look out for that right there. What's up, my brother? Keenan, what's up, brother? Mystic Mary, what's up, man? Y'all go check him out as well. We got some goats on this channel tonight, man. We got some goats on this channel tonight. But y'all already know what this is about. You know, y'all see the hat, y'all see the ticker, underneath the stream. It's about them Lakers, man. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow officially kicks off our season. Well, preseason that is. We're gonna take on the Golden State Warriors tomorrow at 8:30 ES time, Eastern Standard Time for the folks that have to stay up late, and watch the games. It's gonna be that season again, especially myself. I'm gonna be having I'm gonna be having a few times. I'm gonna have red eyes and the next morning watching the Lakers games. But you know what? As my brother LOE says, I bleed purple. My heart is gold. So let's go, Lakers. Let's get it on. But I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I'm excited for this whole season because it's from the off season, to what Rob Pelinka did in the off season, the draft, man. It's a lot to be. It is a whole lot to be optimistic about, man. And I'm so excited. I'm just so excited, man. What about you, bro? How you been feeling this off season, man?
It's crazy, man, because I feel like it's weird. I feel like I haven't been able to watch Lakers basketball, obviously, because it hasn't been on. But at the same time, I feel like it was just yesterday that the series with Denver ended. And so, yeah, man, super excited to be able to watch the purple and gold again. Hey, what's good? Craziness.
What's going on, craziness? What's up?
Um, yeah, super excited to watch the boys get out there. And honestly, I mean, it's a completely different feeling from the start of the season before, because you know everyone was kind of thinking like, how are we gonna get Russ off the team? You know what I mean? That was really
Woo!
the main storyline last
Yeah,
year.
don't say that name right now. I still
Yeah,
got PTSD.
you got PTSD.
Don't say that
Um,
name right now.
that was the main storyline, during the season before the trades happened, and now it's such a different feeling, like just there's calm, peace. You just want to see the last piece, which is just seeing how the pieces fit on the floor together. So, completely different feeling. Super excited about it, and ready to see the boys tip off.
It's good, brother. That's good. I'm sitting here reading these comments, man. But I definitely hear what you're saying. Sis is here. Y'all ready for a post? Oh Lord,
Oh
craziness.
man,
Craziness. I need you to be a little bit more optimistic this season. We have a reason to be optimistic.
I don't
Don't
know if she can. I
you
don't know if
know?
it's in her to
I
be
don't
honest.
know. I don't know
I
though.
don't
I
know.
know she gonna throw a couple of here we go again in the first minute of the quarter. We down by 5.
You're gonna be
I
ready to
know
trade
it's coming.
everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Trade everybody. Just said redacted. Yes, his name is
Redacted. Yeah,
redacted.
yeah.
We would not call that man by his real name in Tinseltown. y'all can do that over there in Clipper Lane where all them toilets and stuff. Y'all can do that over there. Craziness say I'm gonna be calm this season. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
I will believe it when I see it.
We gonna nah, history done told us different, but we gonna take your word for it. We're gonna take your word for it. But man, I am excited for this season. Like you saying, you said the key word peace. You know, it's been nothing but peace this off season. You know, for the first time in a long time, we really hadn't to deal with any drama, you know, any outside, you know, inside noise, you know, this player don't, you know, like this player. As,
Mhm.
as you see the meet from the media day videos to the practice videos and all this stuff, it seems like the group is really enjoying being together, man. It seems
Exactly.
like the group
Yeah.
really loves playing with each other. They know what the goal is. They know that they're on the cusp of something great and something miraculous this season, man. It's a reason to be optimistic, man. I know for the last couple of years, man, it hasn't really been a reason to be optimistic. But this season, man, with the squad that we have and the pieces that we add in this all season, as well as the draft, you know, this team can go places, you know, and it's been great just to sit back and just look at all the hoopla from other places, from other teams, you know, and us, we just over here chilling. We waiting for the
Mhm.
season to start. And so
Yep.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have going for you when you're going into the season like this. And this was one of the things that I asked for in the off season. Let's keep our core people together. Let's come back, you know, let's keep everybody intact and just trim around the edges. And that's exactly what Rob Pelinka did this off season. You know, he brought the core pieces back. He brought back Rui. He brought back Austin Reeves. He brought back D'Lo. You know, and I feel like some people don't really trust D'Lo like that,
Yeah.
specifically because of what he did or didn't do rather in the Western Conference Finals. But I believe that, you know, he gonna bounce back. I feel like this is the year that he's gonna bounce back and show us what he really can do and so forth. And I just feel like he's gonna really go out there and prove the doubters wrong. So I'm looking forward to this team and what they're gonna do. LOE say LOL that will last until November 6th. Let's
Man.
give her a chance, y'all. Let's give her a chance. Empire Jills, LOL. LOE said, yeah, can't help but to be happy with this squad. Yeah, man, you can't
For
help but
sure.
be happy, man. You know, you can feel it's like you can feel the energy from this team, and you can feel, you know, the same passion that they have from what we've seen so far. And I just can't wait till tomorrow, man. I can't remember the last time I've been this excited for a pre-game, you know, a preseason game before because I just want to go out there and see what the squad gonna do. Of course, you know they're gonna be without LeBron, which is customary for him. He don't really,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, ramp it up in the beginning of the season like that until when it really counts. And of course, Austin Reeves is not playing tomorrow, which is understandable because he been out there balling, feeble, being out there, you know, doing his Captain America things and so forth. So I can understand why those two is out, but I feel like with the team that we have, we really gonna take care of business tomorrow against the midget Warriors. So Craziness said the chemistry on this team is already unmatched, and we have even seen them play together. Yet that
It's
is so
true.
true. That
Very
is
true.
so true. And I was even on Jeff's stream last week, and he was discussing three things that really determines whether or not a team's gonna win championship, and that's chemistry, depth, and star power. And I feel like the Lakers have all three. Of course, you have a few teams out there that probably have two of those things, but not the third one, or they probably have one of those things and not the other two. But I feel like as I scour the whole league and look at all the teams, I feel like we have the star power, we have the chemistry, and we have the depth. So this is a talented team, bro. I'm just excited, man.
No, for sure. I mean, it's just been the front office of the Lakers should really be complimented. And I mean, I've heard it from the Laker fan base, obviously, but I don't see I don't see fans of other organizations giving the Lakers front office the props that they really deserve. I mean,
Mhm.
starting back with free agency, being able to bring back Austin, being able to bring back Rui, being able to bring back D'Lo, signing Gabe Vincent with the mid-level exception, um, getting Torian Prince on a minimum deal, getting Cam Reddish on a minimum deal, getting Jackson Hayes minimum
Oh man.
deal, Christian Wood minimum deal. Like, and
Man.
those names don't necessarily like um strike fear necessarily into the opponent's heart, but
Mhm.
with the team where you have LeBron James and AD as the anchors, as they're the main ones that make the system go. You don't really need much as long as they're both healthy. You just need players that are able to come in, play their roles, be a part of a team, understand the system and what we're trying to do. And as long as they handle their business on the court, that's more than you can ask for.
Man.
And
Oh
so,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go ahead.
Go,
I'm
go.
sorry.
No, no, no. You go ahead. You go ahead. I go ahead.
And so, I'm super impressed with Rob and what he was able to do in the off season. And like you said, the vibes around the team, it really, and I mean, I think we said this even after the trades happened last year. The vibes are really bringing me back to 2020,
I've been
where you
saying that
can
all
really
summer, man.
tell that team, like it was more than just a team, it was a family. And that's how they approached it. And being able to pick up your brother if he's struggling. And I truly feel like this team is going to match that same model, like you said. The three keys: chemistry, depth, star power. And now, even in situations with what Rob was able to do in free agency, with the depth that we've acquired, even if we have an injury, we're in a position to where someone else can step up and play that role, and we won't skip a beat. I feel so.
Yeah, man. There's some awesome points right there that you were saying, bro. I said the same thing. I've been saying the same thing, and I'll continue to say it. This feels like 2020 all over again. This this
Hmm.
this feels like when we traded for AD and we was poised to win that championship, which we pulled off despite some fan bases want to downplay that championship. In the books, it still counts as an NBA championship. I don't care what anybody says. It still counts as an NBA
Oh, of
championship.
course, of course.
Because if y'all team would have won the championship, y'all would have counted as an NBA championship.
If
So
the Clippers had somehow won that championship, we would not be able to hear the end of it. So I don't want to hear.
exactly.
I don't
Hmm.
hear nothing about no
Mickey
bubble
Mouse
ring,
ring.
bubble championship, nothing.
Yeah.
No, it counts.
Yeah.
So
Because everybody that was in that bubble had a chance to
exactly.
win championship like we did. And you hear from a few players that was actually in the bubble. They said that was one of the hardest, if not the hardest championship that was ever won. So I don't want to hear them noise now because y'all didn't win the championship. I don't want to hear that. Craziness said Rob committed highway robbery and we are invading the cops all the way to the chip.
For sure.
That's right.
For
That's right.
sure.
His name is Rob Palinka because he
Yep.
robbed.
Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on this name, and I love the way that Clutch did not have anything to do with it. I think this is one of the years. Um, let me see. Loe said the hardest championship. Exactly, facts. If you
Yeah.
think about that whole situation, you couldn't really go anywhere. It was like you was confined. You look at the mental, the mental things that Paul George even talked about that he went through. It was as if they was in prison. So I feel like that was the hardest championship ever won ever. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. But back to my point. Um, this is one of the first years that LeBron and Clutch actually stayed out the way and let Rob cook. Like Joe been saying all the time, let Rob work. So I feel like the job that Rob did, he gave a chef kiss. He did a master class. Like Craziness said, he committed highway rob because, like you were saying, look at what he did with the roster. He re-signed Reeves and Rui and D'Lo to basically a team friendly deal. I
Hmm.
mean, I feel like they got way below their market value. Everybody was saying, oh, Reed's gonna get 15, 16
Yeah.
mil.
Yeah.
Rui is gonna get about 15 mil. D'Lo's gonna get by 20 mil. They signed way below what they was market
Hmm.
getting. I feel like to them to take that type of pay cut and that sacrifice, that they wanted to be here. They wanted to stay here. They already knew what was already here. They knew that this team could go places if they got the right pieces. Sign somebody like a Gabe Vincent.
Yep.
At times in the playoffs, looking like the best offensive weapon that the Miami Heat had on that team. When Jimmy Butler was going cold, you can rely on Gabe Vincent. Torian Prince, veteran, 3-and-D wing. Going to give us tremendous veteran leadership and production on the court. Getting somebody like a Jackson Hayes, who's young, who ain't even in his prime yet, can leap out the building. I mean, we seen what he did in New Orleans. I mean, even though he didn't get much playing time over there, I feel like over here he's gonna get much playing time. Getting somebody like a Cam Reddish,
Super athletic.
super athletic, unproven in this league, he can really have a bounce back like we did with Malik Monk and Lonnie Walker. We seen what those two players end up being once they left from, we seen what Monk was when he left away from the Lakers, got a big payday. Lonnie Walker got sort of a payday this offseason. So I feel like we can do the same with Karen Reddish. Then you look at the development of even Max Christie. We got all these pieces, and we forget about Max Christie. We forget about Maximus Prime. We forget about what he did in the summer league. I mean, the dude say he don't put on 15 to 20 pounds. He look lethal out there right now, so he can get some playing time. Then we got Christian Wood. I mean, Christian Wood, at in Dallas, he was a 17, 16 point scorer over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's gonna contribute big time. So you get all of that on team friendly deals. Then you get you re-sign D'Lo, then you re-sign Vando. And
I didn't even
they say he done grew by 6'11. He's 6'11 now.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have all these pieces, and what's great about these pieces is the fit.
Yeah,
they fit. We have not had this type of team since 2020 that actually fit, that actually complement AD and LeBron, which I forgot. We re-signed AD, so all these folks saying, "Oh, the future for the Lakers is going to be dark after LeBron retires." Where y'all at now?
Yeah, exactly.
Where y'all at now? I feel like the future's looking bright for the Lakers. I feel like what Rob did this summer built for championship contention now and possibly in the future, because we already know in a couple of years that big free agency is going to come up, and I feel like they've already put themselves in a golden position to go out there and land a big free agent. But I'm excited for this season, man. I am so excited. I am so excited, man. LOE said, can't wait to hear what they say this year to take away from what we do. Oh, I can't wait either, man.
Yeah.
They already talking. They already talking. Already talking. Craziness says, don't forget about the rookies already showing out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I did you get a chance to watch Media Day at all? Did you see any of the interviews?
I seen clips here and there.
Okay.
I went on Dan's channel. He gave, I went on DTL Left's channel, and he gave like a complete summary of what everybody said. And I loved every minute, man.
Yeah.
I loved every minute.
I mean, one thing Darvin said, and it kind of scared some of the fans, was that, he was talking about, with all the pieces, just, they're able to put different lineups together, lineups that we haven't really been able to do, especially last season, as far as mix and matching pieces. And so how excited he is about that. He mentioned 3-guard lineups, which that kind of gives some fans PTSD, thinking back to 3-guard lineups with Schroeder in them.
I feel like with that he was trolling.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't
because he's even come out and said himself that during the off season, there was last year was a learning experience for him.
Yeah.
He was a rookie coach. We have to keep that in mind. He was a rookie coach, and at that time, he felt like in his mind that D'Lo, Schroeder, and Reeves gave us the best possible chance to win. Some games it worked, other games it did not. But I feel like this season, with the depth that we have and the length that we have, because if you look at the roster, our smallest guard is 6'3".
Yep.
And that's Gabe Vincent. I mean, so the 3-guard lineup can work because we have bigger guards now. So in some situation, whether we playing a Golden State, who loves to play small for some reason. Like
Yep,
it's like they're immune to signing centers nowadays. We playing them or we playing somebody like like a Phoenix or another small team. I feel like that the 3 guard lineup can work, but I just feel like once we play teams that's a little bigger, you know, sort of like a Denver or Boston or Philly or something like that, then I feel like we're gonna go big. But
for sure. Yeah,
um we got to give Darvin Ham a chance because he was a rookie coach last season, and I felt like when he said about the 3 guard lineups, he was trolling.
yeah, he was
And
trolling.
yeah, and some fans took that to heart, like, oh my God, here we go again. I'm like, y'all calm down. He's trolling. He's trolling.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I don't think I think people are reading a bit too much into it, but like you said, he was a rookie coach last year. Did a hell of a job. I mean, how many rookie coaches make it to the Western Conference Finals? Obviously there were some growing pains with the lineups, like you were saying, and rotations and that sort of thing. But I have confidence that it will work out the kinks and iron out the wrinkles. One thing that Rob was talking about is just how I mean, and you see it even with the new guys in their interviews, Torian Prince talking about the bigger picture, talking about trying to win, bring in number 18, the number 18 championship. And, you can just see the fingerprints, LeBron and AD and their leadership, and all these guys are falling in line and understanding that there's something much bigger than they're playing for. And like you said, before with Schroeder, and Malik Monk, how they took 1 year deals with the Lakers and were able to kind of rehabilitate their image. Malik Monk ended up getting a bigger deal with Sacramento. Schroeder ends up getting a bigger deal, goes to Toronto for this year. And so, Christian Wood can come in, which I know he's looking for a big payday because he's still pretty young. And he can do that. He'll have like you said, he'll have minutes will be there for him to maximize his opportunity. And all he has to do is be focused on what the team is trying to accomplish, come in, play his role, do his thing, and the payday will be there, especially if a championship is won. So,
right.
that's really the tone that I heard. Everybody was on the same page as far as media day, understanding that number 18 is the focus, and you know LeBron and AD's leadership really can't be questioned. I feel like they have these boys ready to go. So
Yeah, the great points again. And one word that stuck out to me during media day is hunger.
yeah,
That's the thing.
hmm
That's the word that's been sticking out to me during media day and watching the practices and just watching them doing scrimmages and free throw contests and all this stuff. It's hunger, man.
yeah,
These folks, these boys is hungry. They hungry, man. They hungry to get out there and smash all the false narratives and the false pretenses that the league has tried to put on them. LeBron always want to be in the spotlight. AD always injured. Mr. Glass, um, always injured. Christian Wood being a locker room cancer. Bad attitude. And I feel like they ready to put the league on notice, man, that they them dogs, man. We got some real dogs on this team, and I felt like that's what we didn't have in the past couple of seasons. We didn't have that dog to keep everybody in line, to keep everybody in right stand. I feel like we got dogs on this team that's going to do that. Austin Reeves is showing that he can be a dog. Tarian Prince is a dog. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? We have those players that's willing to go out there and put it all on the line, like you said. It's about number 18. Um it's about going out there and do whatever it takes for your teammates, helping your teammates out. Don't miss, help them out on screens and go out there, dive for the loose balls and just hustle, man. And Darvin Ham has even come out and say, hey, if you play defense on this team, you're gonna get all the minutes you want.
exactly.
And that's all he want. He want defense. He want hustle.
hmm
So, um, I feel like we got there on this team, man. I'm very optimistic about this season, and I'm optimistic to see what the players gonna do, man. Yeah, they hungry, unfinished business. They like done when he sees those red pigtails with this. You know what about that, man?
Can you wait? Wait, I need you to explain it to me because I've seen the inside jokes like in group chats and on Twitter. Explain to
So
me the Wendy's thing. Like, why is
okay,
that? Why is that a thing?
okay, okay. So yeah, I believe it was me's me's the GM, very good guy also on Twitter. Y'all
Okay,
go check out his stuff, rock with me's. Dan the Lakers fan and Jeff. We was on the stream and we was asking, okay, where's your favorite burger spot? And I said Wendy's. You know, because I mess around and said Wendy's because I felt like, I mean, they've had the best burgers out, you know, in the restaurant that I've ever tasted. I mean, at that time, man, I felt like it was Wendy's, man. So that's where
okay.
that whole Wendy's thing came about. But you know, recently, my niece, she just got a job at Wendy's, and she done told the whole family, hey, don't eat at Wendy's, man.
Really?
Yes, she
Oh
said,
wow. Okay.
do not eat at Wendy's. And now it was hard for me to do,
Yeah,
but I mean,
you let it go. You
I had
can't do
to,
it no more.
I can't do it no more, man. I can't, man. I can't do it no more, man. So it looks like I'm gonna have to find me another burger spot, but hopefully I can, you know, somebody can bless me with an airplane ticket to come over there to Cali and try this In and Out because I've been hearing some things about In and Out, but um,
I have
yeah,
had
man.
In and Out one time.
Oh,
It was
okay.
it was okay. It wasn't the best burger I've ever had, but it was all right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's hard to find good burgers out here, you know, in Georgia, man.
So
It's hard to
you don't
find
like
some.
Five Guys?
I mean, I love Five Guys, man. Just to me, they expensive,
They
man.
are. They are expensive.
They are
That
expensive.
for
It
sure.
costs you an arm and a leg just get a whole burger combo. You know what I'm saying? So
You're gonna spend about $50
yeah,
trying to go in there and feed two people. So
crazy as hell, dead. Eloise said, "No, hey, bro, I had to let it go, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Craziness said Bishop stay cheating on. I mean, I have been caught, you know, eating some hardest here and there, man. But shoot, like that's it, man. Oh, you
uh,
got a question?
South Carolina. South Carolina. That's where I'm from.
Yep,
So
South Carolina. He
yeah.
right next door to me, next
Hmm.
door neighbor.
Yep. Like right up 85.
Yep.
um,
Eloise said, "Yeah, Five Guys is a whole mortgage." Yes, it
exactly.
is, man. Whew.
Yeah. You gotta take out a loan just to get some
Mm-mm.
just to get some dinner.
Yeah, man. But man, shoot. All right, so
I do have a
Bob.
couple of questions for you.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
So Um, according to Coach Ham, he says that there's four positions in the starting lineup that are locked: D'Lo,
Hmm.
Austin, AD, and Bron. And so it looks like that final starting spot is going to be a competition between um, Vando and Rui. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on what your preference was, who you think will actually end up winning the competition in training camp. What you think about that?
So you said D'Lo, Reeves, LeBron, AD.
Hmm.
Those start. I mean, of course they're locked down. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. I feel like I would put Vando out there
Okay.
because you know basically he's okay. Because my thing is we got enough offense out there already. I mean, we got D'Lo out there, you got Reeves out there, you got LeBron, you got AD. I feel like we got enough offense out there, and we have a little bit of defense as well with AD. You know, LeBron, when called upon, he can play some defense. He, you know, even though he's 38, about to be 39 in December, he can still play a little defense here and there. Um, Austin Reeves, he's improved on the defensive end, especially in feeble play. D'Lo, you know, his defense can, you know, still to be desired, but I feel like he'll do better than that. So I feel like Vando, man. Vando, with his defensive versatility, you seen the way that he clamped down Luca
Yeah.
and Steph last season. I feel like with his defensive versatility and his defensive prowess, his hustle on the, you know, on the court to get after loose balls and hustle to get those rebounds. I feel like Vando should get that final starting spot. Um because he can, you could put him at the three, you could put LeBron at the four.
Yeah,
I feel like those two lineups. I feel like the lineup you put D'Lo out there, Austin Reeves, Vando, LeBron, AD. I feel like those that squad right there can win you a lot of games.
for sure. I agree with
And plus, I know some people been saying as well, oh, Rui should start. I feel like Rui would be beneficial off the bench because you have Vincent. You can bring Torian Prince. I know he can play some too as well. Um, you could bring Rui to back up uh Vando or LeBron, and you could bring Christian Wood off the bench as well, and you could play Jackson Hayes as well. So I feel like right now we have enough offense out there with the with um D'Lo, Reeves, LeBron, and AD, and I just feel like Vando will fit that spot. Who I think would get the spot, I feel like Vando's gonna get the spot. I feel like the work he's been doing in the offseason, working on his corner three. If he can shoot that three ball, that corner three well around the 35-36% range, I feel like they'll be a great asset to the team. They'll be a great benefit to their starting lineup. So I'm gonna say Vando. I'm gonna say Vando. Let's see, crazy. I was gonna say
you.
Vando too. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure. Yeah, I agree 1000%. Um, yeah, I did see that report saying that
Yeah, I saw
Prince
it too.
was
Yeah.
a dark horse to get that starting spot. I think I'm not a Prince hater or anything like that, but I think it would look really crazy for us to extend Vando and Rui in the offseason and not have and see how important they were last season, especially Rui in the playoffs and Vando at a certain point in the playoffs too,
Yep.
and not put either of them in the starting lineup. Um,
Hmm.
so I think Prince will end up coming off the bench, but I agree 1000% with you. Um, my preference is Vando. I think um, it really just we need to set the tone of the game on defense, and I think he's the best option to do that, especially on the wing. And I love Rui. I love what he does offensively, and I mean, I love what he does offensively. And then I mean, he's made some strides on defense as well. But my concern is I feel like Vando's a better defender on the wing specifically, as far as point of attack defense is concerned. And so I want Rui to really own that second unit. And I feel like that's what's going to end up happening with LeBron taking him under his wing and
Hmm.
seeing how, hearing the stories about them training together in the off season. I feel like Rui's really going to be the focal point of the offense in that second unit.
Yeah.
Um, so I agree 1000% with that.
Yeah, me
LOE
too.
too.
Me
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
when Braun sits or whatever, Rui should be his direct replacement in the starting lineup. It makes he's his game. I mean, they call him like Kawhi light a little bit, based on his turnaround jumper, but his physicality and what he's able to do on offense and even on defense, playing weak side and being a weak side helper, he's able to mimic some of the things that LeBron is able to do. Obviously, he's not LeBron, but still, he's able to make a huge impact for us. So yeah, my preference is Vando. I do think that Vando will end up being the one that starts, but I think Rui will probably be the one that closes. And I think closing games is more important than who starts, and I think he feels that way as well. Um, and I think the majority of nights, I mean, Vando will get his minutes, but I think Rui will have more minutes than Vando on a nightly basis. But as far as setting the tone from a defensive perspective, it should be Vando. You got a question from LOE. What y'all think it'll be tomorrow with King and Austin out?
Oh, that was going. I was going to touch on that right after I respond to what you said, and I agree 1,000% what you said, and that's why I would prefer to have Vando starting over
Yeah.
Rui because LeBron is 38 years old. I
Hmm.
mean, he's what I know he's a genetic freak. I mean, that's my favorite player of all time. I've been watching him since high school. Everybody knows that. Like I'm LeBron all day, King James all day. Um, of course, Lakers all day as well. But my thing is he is 38. I mean, we have to be real. He is 38. He is coming off of foot surgery, and I don't trust him guarding threes no more.
He
I feel
shouldn't have to.
he shouldn't have to guard threes.
That's not, yeah, that's not his job anymore.
Nah. He should, he should guard fours, being a post, guarding fours, because nowadays, I mean, outside of whatever Minnesota's doing, I don't know what they're doing over there, but um you're gonna find he gonna find himself matched up with some small fours. So I don't have no issues putting him at the 4 spot. I do have an issue putting him at the 3 spot, and I feel like Randall should fill that 3 spot. Offensively, between Rui and Vando, Rui wins that
Oh
battle
yeah.
every time. I mean,
Hmm.
bar none. Rui's offensive game, I heard some people as well, Anthony. I've heard some people say, he does resemble Kawhi, which he
Yeah.
does. I've heard other people say he resembles Carmelo. I mean, I can see Melo a little bit. The thing about Rui is, I mean, if I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but he looks quicker. He looks like he actually
Yeah, he
lost some
lost a
weight this
little bit
whole
of
season.
weight. Yeah,
Yeah,
lost a
and,
little bit of
and I
weight.
feel like that's going to help him on the defensive end as well, to keep up with those threes, or possibly fours. And so he looks more explosive, but I feel like you said, I totally agree with you. Rui should own that second unit. I mean, he should be the sixth man off that second unit. I heard some people say Gabe Vincent, other people may say Torian Prince, but I feel like it's Rui. It's Rui that's the sixth man. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. And oh yeah, when LeBron is out, put Rui up in there. I mean Rui or nobody else. Elisa, what y'all think it'll be tomorrow with King and Austin out? I'll let you take that one, bro, and then I'll answer after you.
Um, I think um I think D'Lo will see some minutes. I think AD, if he does see minutes, it won't be very many. Because LeBron and AD are the key to our seasons. Like if we lose either of them, it puts
For
us
sure.
in um, a really bad position. I think honestly, what you're going to see, and it kind of sucks because the Warrior fan base has, especially on Twitter, has this whole thing where they try to compete with the Lakers and talking trash and all that stuff. But I think you're going to see a lot of the new guys getting minutes and just kind of seeing how they fit into the offensive and defensive system. And I think that's what Ham's focus is going to be on. I mean, the preseason, um, that's really where you just want to get people in a rhythm. Especially learning a new system and getting acclimated to what's happening. And so it's not about the scoreboard at the end of the day. They just want to see, what the team looks like, how the pieces are fitting on the court. So I think that's really, I think you're going to see a lot of experimenting. You might see some weird lineups too. But Ham just wants to, see what the team looks like. So I don't think any of the starters or the key players are going to see a bunch of minutes, but it'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I feel like with LeBron and Austin Reeves out tomorrow, like you said, we're going to see a lot of mix and match
Mhm.
lineups out there. You probably going to see some Gabe Vincent, D'Lo combo guard
Yep.
lineup out there.
Yep.
You probably going to see Prince playing the four a little bit. You probably gonna see Karen Reddish play a little bit, get some minutes
Hmm.
out there. Possibly Max Christie get some minutes. But with those two being out, it's definitely going to give Ham a chance to really see what this team is really made of. How deep this team really is.
Yeah.
So we could see tomorrow the star lineup could be Gabe Vincent, D'Lo, Rui, Vando, and AD.
Yeah.
I mean that could be the starting
For
lineup,
sure.
you
For
know.
sure.
And I feel like that's a decent starting lineup considering Golden State likes to play small. They don't really play no centers like that. So I feel like we really don't have to go ultra big. We can match small for small.
Do you?
So
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut
no,
you
no,
off.
you go ahead.
Do you think? Because I mean, there's been some discussion about this on Twitter, but do you actually think Chris Paul is going to be in the starting lineup, like for the Warriors, or do you think he's going to be coming off the bench?
Hmm. I think he's gonna come off the bench
Yeah.
because honestly, I cannot. I don't see how a Chris Paul. Okay, you put Chris Paul at the one, Steph at the two, Clay at the three, Wiggins at the four, Draymond at the five. I mean, Draymond's not gonna play tomorrow because
Sure.
he sprained like his
Yeah.
knee or foot or something. But I don't see how Steve Kerr. Well, I mean, Steve Kerr played small in the Olympics, so I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But um, I feel like that would be nightmarish for Golden State to do. I feel like Chris Paul would be more suited coming off the bench because
Gotcha.
outside of Garen Payton the second, I don't know what other point guard they have. But I feel like I'm not gonna want to see. I mean, I would love to see him and Steph Curry on the court at the same time because I just love to see how this gonna work out, which is not gonna work out. I predict that Chris Paul is gonna be bought out somewhere in the season because I just don't see him working out with Golden State and just considering how Draymond feels about him. I don't see that working out. I feel like Golden State really did that Chris Paul deal to keep him away from us. And
You think so?
yeah,
I
I
think
feel like that. I do. I do.
I think they're still I think they're still searching for. I think the reason, and don't get me wrong, I don't think they wanted him to come to the Lakers because I think they know that would have been his choice to play with LeBron, obviously, and he wanted to come to the Lakers previously, which the
Right.
NBA rescinded that trade,
Yeah.
but or blocked the trade. But I think they're also looking to use his salary. I think he's making 30 some odd million. I don't know the
Mhm.
exact number. I think they're trying to find a trade partner to where they can inherit a star player. And so I don't know if it'll happen because I don't know if they have the pieces or the draft capital to really um, make a trade happen like that. But I think that's what they're kind of going for. I mean, it would be interesting if because we all know Clay has taken a step back since the injuries, tearing the ACL and tearing his Achilles. It'd be interesting if they were able to convince him to come off the bench
Mm.
and have Chris Paul start with Steph. Because I mean, Steph, he's a point guard, but I think he's really a point guard in name only. Like he's really more of a shooting guard.
Yeah, he's a two. He's
Exactly.
a two.
So it's like if you could put an actual competent point guard out there that can maximize his ability to, Steph's ability to be off ball and run off screens and pin down screens and all that stuff. That'd be interesting to see. But with Clay and how long he's been there, the championships that he's won, I think they'd have a pretty hard time convincing him not to,
Yeah.
or a hard time convincing him to come off the bench. I don't really see him being willing to do that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's even been talks of him possibly playing the four in the starting lineup, which I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. I
Yeah,
really don't know how that's gonna work.
yeah,
I believe that he's not comfortable with doing that.
yeah.
So I think Golden State don't really find themselves in a predicament here because you probably gonna end up upsetting not one but two of your core players, maybe three.
Yeah.
Um upsetting all your core players, and I feel like that starting lineup is gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be really interesting to see, but enough about the Warriors.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is the Lakers season for you, not
Yeah,
the
this is the
Warriors.
Lakers season. So I hate to bring this up, but I know last year, first 10 games, we started off 2-10.
Hmm.
We know one of the reasons why he's no longer on the team. Um, but yeah, so I went, earlier today and I looked at the first 10 games, our first 10 opponents that we're gonna be playing. So first game, which I'm really looking for, the Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna get into them in a
You
little
want that
bit.
get back?
Yeah, we want that get back.
Yeah.
Um, Next game is the Suns, then the Kings, Magic, Clippers, um, the Magic again, Miami, the Rockets, Suns, and Blazers. So I wanted to ask, how you with them with in our first 10 games, where you think our record would be?
Okay, let me see. All right, so Nuggets, Suns, Kings. I'm gonna break it down game by game.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And Chad, y'all can answer too.
yeah.
Y'all can answer too.
So being a Laker fan and obviously being a huge LeBron fan, um, I'm saying we go into Denver opening night and we take the dub.
For sure.
Let's see. The Suns. I feel like the Suns, especially with the team that they've created over there with Bill, Booker, KD, um, I feel like they're really going to try to go out of their way to make a statement.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like they're really going to approach that game wanting to win. So I can see us losing that one. Uh, the Kings, it's an away game. We got a back to back. Wow. Okay. We got a back to back really early in the year. Okay. I feel like we beat. I feel like we that'll be a tough game on the road, but we win. Um, I think we beat Orlando as well. So what's that? 4-1. Wait, what? One? No, that's 3-1. That's
That's
three.
3-1 right now. Yeah.
Clippers have not beat the Clippers in what? How
11,
many seasons?
11 games.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say we beat the Clippers. We set the tone for the season. We start that series
Yeah.
getting a win.
Yeah, I feel
So,
really good about that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, 4-1. Then the Magic again, 5-1. Heat away game. Uh, I'll put that one as a loss.
Versus Miami.
Yeah, versus Miami. So what's that?
We
Four,
5-2 right now.
5-2?
Yeah.
Okay. So lost to the Heat. We beat the Rockets. Wait. Okay. We played the Suns again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we win there.
Okay.
So what's that? 7-2.
7-2.
All right, and then last but not least, Portland, we beat them.
Okay. So 8-2.
8-2.
Okay.
Lofty expectations. Got high expectations for the boys.
So 8-2 right now.
Yep.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right there.
I, and obviously,
Eloise said 7-3 looks about right to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say there could be some slippage in another game, but I feel good about 8-2, 7-3. I feel good about that.
Okay. 7-3, 8-2. Okay.
Definitely
Okay.
won't be 2-10. That's all.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. We will not be 2-8. 2-8, 2-10. We are not. We're not that team anymore. We have a competent roster now. So 2-10. That's non-existent. We will not be a playing team at all.
Nope.
Like I got us in the top four top 4 seed in the Western Conference.
Yep.
Either we 1, 2, 3, or 4. We got it. We in there somewhere. All right. 8-2, 7-3. Let's see. LOE said away games in Miami is always an L too many strikes. Yep. All them nightclubs down there, strip club. Yep. The bright lights of South Beach, man. Oh man. Let's see. Okay. All right. So first game is the Nuggets. Man, I said before I promise you before the season start, I said, please, NBA, please give us Denver first. I want Denver the first game. I would love nothing more but to spoil their ring ceremony because their fans and their organization have been talking so much trash this whole offseason when they won a championship and Jokic out here acting like the madman, like it was exciting, but I want to go home and raise my horses.
Talking about how much he hates playing basketball. Basically.
I hate playing basketball. Like, dude, like, okay, we get it, man. You hate playing basketball, and then you got Karen Malone out here, saying all types of stuff, trolling us, and the general manager saying, "Oh, the Lakers daddy," and all this stuff. Now you see Coach Karen Malone the other day saying, "Oh, they're he trying to backpedaling saying, oh, they should be respected." Nah. Keep that same energy, buddy. Keep that same energy, man. Like, don't backtrack now. Stand on your ground. Stand on your ground. Then you have these fans out here saying, "Oh well, who are the Lakers to come out here and say something about a team that's trashing them?" Bruh, we heard the chatter. We've heard all the chatter, man. So we want that smoke. We want that smoke game one. So I feel like we're gonna take the dub on that in their house. So that's 1-0 right now. Phoenix, I'm with you, bro. I feel like we're gonna take an L on that one because I feel like Kate, that big three over there, with their own over there with their buku money. Um, I feel like they're gonna try to treat this as a playoff game.
Mhm,
They're gonna set the tone for their season to say, try to say they're the real kings of the West.
yep.
And I feel like we're gonna take an L on that. Sacramento, I feel like we're gonna get the dub on that. They pretty much brought back almost all their guys. I know they add JaVale McGee to their squad, and I feel like with his signing, he brings a veteran presence over there. They didn't really lose much, but I feel like in the end of the day, we're gonna take a dub on that. I mean, Orlando, they still young. They're trying to get into that play-in spot with their roster over there, but they still in the build of they're still in a rebuild themselves. So I feel like we'll take a W on that. So 3-1 right now. And then the flippers, the owner over there buying all the toilets in the world and all this type of stuff. I feel like we're gonna finally shut up those whining Lakers fans and say, "Oh, we can't beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
We can't brag about the 17 championships, and we can't beat the Clippers." I feel like this year we're gonna put that to rest. We're gonna come out with a W, and then we got the Magic again. That's a W.
Mm-hmm.
Miami. Um, I feel like we're gonna get the W there. I feel like we're gonna
Okay.
beat emo Jimmy.
Gotcha.
And we're gonna
Emotion.
take the W, man. Despite all the distractions, despite the strip clubs and the nightclubs and all this stuff, I feel like we're gonna take the W. So let's see, we got W Nuggets, L with Suns, W with Kings, Magic, Clippers, Magic, Heat. So we at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6-1 right now. So we six
Yeah.
and one. Houston, they got a whole lot of problems over there. They done got Mr. Oh, he didn't score 40 on me, and we actually put 40 on the whole team. Dylan Brooks over there. Got him over there, and then whatever else they got over there. So I feel like we're gonna get the W over there. I feel like we're gonna get our get back versus Phoenix.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna get our get back versus Phoenix, and then Blazers. Uh, I mean, Scoot, DeAndre Ayton. I feel like that's gonna be one of those games that we gonna take them for granted because they lost Dame, and we're gonna take an L on that. I feel like we're gonna take an L. We're gonna slip on that one, take an L. So
I can
I
see
got us
that.
going 8-2, eight and
Okay.
two,
So
eight and
we're
two.
on the same page. We end up with the same number
Yep.
record.
Eloise said I
So.
like this. I have us lose to the Kings though on the road. Okay. Eloise said I'm making that trip for the opener. I know you are, bro. I know you are, man. You going to Denver. Just save your breath when you go up there, man, because that altitude, man, it ain't no joke, man. But yeah, man, we're excited for this season, man. We definitely gonna. Start no 2-8,
No,
So
no chance.
you said 8-2, 7-3.
Yeah, somewhere around that. I
Okay.
think, like you just said, I think we'll split with the Suns. One of those games, either the home or the away game, we'll split those, lose one, win one, and then, like you said, we'll end up slipping another night, and somebody will catch us off guard because LeBron he likes to settle in and take his time, especially at the beginning. And he's earned it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
what
yeah, for
more
sure, for sure.
what more can he? Well, his legacy is cemented, and so it's a marathon. It's not a race. So or it's not a sprint rather. So yeah, he's gonna take his time and kind of settle into the season, and
Yeah,
I definitely don't think. I think you'll see staggering of back to backs. Like I think you'll see LeBron play one game and then he'll be off the next, and the same thing with AD. He'll miss one of the two. So I think
yeah,
they'll both only be playing one game of back to backs for
yeah.
sure. So
Yeah, unlike that other duo in that other LA team, they ain't going they're not gonna abuse the load management rules because I know that the NBA came out with that new rule
NBA changed
to
the rules just to get them to
yeah,
play, just to get them
yeah.
to be on the court. So
And Kawhi said, "Ain't nothing y'all can do. They gonna make me play." So basically, but yeah, I feel what you're saying. I feel like there's going, and LeBron, and like you said, LeBron has earned that right
mhm.
to not want to play back to backs. I mean, he's 30 years old. I mean, he's the greatest scorer. I mean, by numbers, by stats, he's the greatest scorer that this league has ever seen. The numbers can prove that. I mean, he passed Kareem last season. Um, he's earned that,
Yeah,
So if he don't want to play back to back, not only can he do that, but we have the squad to that allows him to do that
exactly,
because with the additions that we made in the off season, you can plug somebody else in there. You can plug Tyron Prince up in there. You can plug Rui up in there. You can plug
exactly.
Reddish up in there. You can plug Max Christie up in there, and we'll be just fine. So I don't mind. I don't mind if LeBron don't want to play back to back, or AD don't want to play back to back. I mean, you could throw Christian Wood up in there. You can throw Jackson Hayes up in there. I mean,
I'm gonna make an announcement right now because there was a clip I saw today. AD talking about what he wants to accomplish this season, and he talking about playing 82 games.
mm,
Let me make an announcement right now. Do not let AD fool y'all.
mm-mm,
There is no way
no,
he's playing 82 games this year.
no way,
The Lakers organization is not letting him play 82 games.
no.
So AD can say all he wants that his goal is to play 82 games or play all the games this season. It's not happening. Don't let him fool y'all. Don't be he's trolling because he knows it's not going to happen.
He trolling.
So
Yes, he is.
they've already pulled. Trust me, Rob Pelinka has already pulled him to the side and let him know, hey, we're focused on getting you and Bron healthy to the
Yep,
playoffs. That's all that matters.
yep.
So the regular season awards don't matter.
Mm-mm,
None of that stuff matters. We're
mm-mm.
worried about bringing in
18.
number 18. And
Yes.
so the biggest part of that is making sure you and Bron make it through this season fully healthy.
Yes.
So don't
Exactly.
don't believe the hype.
Mm-mm.
Do not
I
believe
ain't
the
I ain't believe that for a second. I'm like, man, oh man, you drunk, dog. Oh, you drunk, dog.
hype.
Oh, but yeah, let's see. At least, oh Lord, didn't he say that last year? Yeah, I think he did.
Don't
I
be
think he
fooled.
did. Here's the thing about
Don't be fooled.
here's the thing about AD. Go back to all the years he's been playing the league. He has never in his career
Play a
played
full
a
82 game
full
season.
82 game season. I'm gonna say that again. And I feel I don't know how many years it's been now. I feel like it's been 11 or 12 or something like that. But in all his career, he has never played an 82 game season. He has never played a full season. You really think at 30 years old he's about to do that now? No.
Nope.
That's why Rob went out and got Jackson Hayes. That's why he
Christian
went out
Wood.
and got Christian Wood. That's
Exactly.
why he went out, and got these other players because this team is not designed for him to play a full season. He
Nope.
don't need to.
We
It's
don't
not a
need him
necessity.
to. Exactly. We don't need him to.
He
So
We don't need him to. Loe said, yeah, the beats he's done is the best he's done is 75, and that was 7 years ago. LOL. Yeah, exactly. All we need is a good solid. We just need a good solid. We just need you to stay healthy. Stay
exactly.
healthy. Stay healthy. We don't need you to play a full 82 game season. We need you and LeBron fresh for the playoffs
Exactly.
because that's when it's gonna count. That's when you it's like we have the depth now where and I even said this before, and I felt like and this is my first time even saying this. LeBron, take a step back this season.
Yeah.
You don't need to do everything. We have the roster for you to actually take a back seat. You don't have to be the best player on the team.
Exactly.
We have players on there that can carry the load. AD can carry the load. D'Lo can carry the load. Even Austin Reeves at some games can carry the load. Even Rui at some games can carry the load. LeBron, you don't have to. You don't have to do everything. You've already
Mhm.
conquered some of the things that you wanted to conquer. You already conquered the scoring title. So you don't have to do it all this season. You don't have to go out there and try to score 30, 31 points per game. Those days are over. You have a roster that's able to carry. You don't
And
have to do it all.
I think, because when you're LeBron James and you're considered by some to be the greatest basketball player ever, um, it's hard to. He's a control freak, and so he's used to having to be the one that goes out there every night and make it happen. But I think with the way the playoffs, him being compromised with the foot injury and the way we went into the playoffs, I mean, you could see it. There were definitely games where he took a step back and he allowed Austin to carry at certain points of the game. He allowed Rui to carry at certain parts of the game. D'Lo even had moments where he carried. And so,
Exactly.
like you say, the team has been constructed to where, hey, big dog, you don't have to go out there and be Superman. And I think a large part of it has to do with a lot of it has to do with trust. And I think with the way the playoffs played out, how things played out last year in the postseason, I think he started to develop that trust. Because I remember there was one game, I can't remember who it was against, where I don't even think he took a shot in the first half of the game, and we were still in the game. You know what I mean? Like normally, you think like LeBron doesn't take a shot, like that means we're in serious trouble.
For real.
But yeah, I think he understands, and I'm sure they've had Rob has talked to him, Coach Ham, excuse me, has talked to him and made it clear like, hey, this team has been
Oh
constructed
man.
specifically to get you into the postseason healthy. So allow us to help you do that. So
LOE, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I truly appreciate that. Oh boy, I appreciate that right there, man. You just made my night. You just made my night for real, LOE. Appreciate it. But yeah, I agree with everything that you said, man. LeBron, this is the year that LeBron don't have to carry. He don't have to do everything.
yeah,
And I really, for this season, I really want him to let D'Lo be the point guard.
hmm
I want him to allow D'Lo to be the point guard, allow him to facilitate, allow him to handle the ball, allow him to dribble the ball down the court. LeBron, we get it. Everybody call you. You're a hybrid Magic Johnson. You can do it all, but you don't have to handle the ball. LeBron literally this year, this needs to be a bare minimum. Well, I'm not gonna say bare minimum because I'm not gonna say, oh, you just score 15 points and be good. No, just give it. You don't have to score 30. You ain't gotta score 28. Just give us 24, 25. That's all we need from LeBron this year. I
legit.
feel
Go ahead. Sorry.
he said LeBron better sit his old ass down.
Legitimately, we might only need 17 to 20 from LeBron on a nightly basis. If if
we
if
we have that
D'Lo,
squad.
yeah, if D'Lo does what he's supposed to do, if he
Yeah.
takes his job seriously, and you know, I hope for his sake and for the Lakers' sake that he's come back motivated and focused. I mean, Coach Ham came out. It seems like they have a ton of confidence in him,
Mhm.
and they named him the starting point guard. A lot of people came in the offseason were thinking that it was the training camp was going to be a competition between him and Gabe Vincent for the starting point guard spot. Coach Ham made that immediately clear. D'Lo is our point guard.
D'Lo. Yeah, exactly.
So I hope that the confidence that they have in him, he's earned it behind the scenes doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
If he does what he does, if Austin can still take another jump, like he hasn't reached his ceiling by any stretch of the imagination. So D'Lo doing what he's supposed to do, Austin taking another leap. Vando, like you mentioned earlier, working on his game. Rui, what he does offensively. AD, like if there's a legitimate shot that we would only need 17 to 20 points from.
Christian Wood.
So Christian Wood, yeah, like you run through all the names, like they're scoring and shooting there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's so
Yeah.
many different options. So
Yeah.
LeBron just needs to take his foot off the gas and just understand like what we're trying to do. And I think, like I said, the vibe from everyone is that they understand what we're trying to do. So
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be an issue.
Yeah, and that goes both ways too, and I completely agree with you again. It goes both ways. Yes, LeBron needs to entrust, he needs to trust his teammates to do their job.
Hmm.
At the same time, the teammates need to uh look at that and be like, wow, he really trusts me. Let me go out
Exactly.
here and do what I need to do. So
Exactly.
it goes both ways. I
Yep.
mean, yeah, he can trust the teammates, but at the end of the day, are they really gonna do their job? Are they gonna go out there and do what they need to do? So that's what it's gonna come down upon. Um like I said, like I've been saying before, man, I feel very optimistic about this season. Um, let's see, 82 games plus the mid-season tournament. I got us winning. Hmm. I'm gonna ask you first. What to you? What is our final record gonna be, and what seed are we gonna be in the Western Conference?
That's tough. Um, it's just tough to say because you don't really know, injuries, how the season's going to unfold. But
You're right. You're right. Okay, let's do seeding the
okay,
play,
yeah,
seeding,
yeah, yeah.
seeding West.
I definitely agree with you. I feel like uh, at the minimum there'll be a top four seed. I'm hoping that they're at least a top two seed. That
Yeah,
way they only have to go on the road once throughout the Western Conference playoff.
yeah,
Um, I think one of the you saw it was such a grind for them to get to the playoffs
yeah.
anyway, just based
Mhm.
on the injuries and all that stuff that happened, having to go through the play in. But I think you see like what a deficit that puts you in having to start every series on the road and not having that home crowd behind you to
Right.
begin the season for any of them. So I think, and I think they understand how important that is as well after the experience last year in the playoffs, getting at least being a top four seed, but more importantly, being the top two seed. That way you minimize the number of times you have to start a series out on the road.
Yeah.
So what do
Top.
you think?
Well, for me, um, barring any setbacks, any unforeseen issues with health, if everything that I've been imagining, if everything in my head comes to fruition, I feel like we get that number one seed.
Mm,
I feel like we have this not me just being a homer or anything. I'm
sure,
just
yeah,
looking at, like I said, I go back to those three components. I go to star power, I go to depth, and I go to chemistry.
yep,
I feel like we're the only team in the league right now that's got all three. And with that, barring any catastrophic injuries, to LeBron or AD, everybody stay healthy, relatively healthy. I mean, nobody really stays healthy for a full
sure,
season. I mean,
yeah,
everybody gonna get banged up. But if we stay gelled together, like we've been seeing it at media day and practices and everything, everybody's doing their job consistently. I feel like we'll be no one seed in the West. I mean, I feel like we can really be no one seed in the West. Um, Okay, Bishop number one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we got the squad. We have the squad to get to be the number one seed. I know everybody looking at what Phoenix doing with, everybody looked at what Phoenix did with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker over there. But I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, they ain't to be feared with. They are not to be feared with. I mean, they can be beat. We've seen big threes get beat so many times. Everybody want to put them number one, or they gonna go all the way, and come to find out they really don't. I mean, there's been many super teams back in the days that has really faltered. I mean, we've seen that. um it takes great diligence and takes great discipline for three superstars to really come together and put it all together at one time. And I feel like, even with the star power that Phoenix got, I feel like our team is still better all around overall than what Phoenix has. Um, I feel like Sacramento is not going to be as high as they were last season. I feel like Golden State is not going to be as high as they were last season. I just feel like certain teams that was high up on that list last season, it's going to be flipped around this season. I feel like you said, the Lakers, we're gonna be top two in the West. I got them number one. Like I said, barring any injuries and any, you know, chemistry issues. Well, I feel like we not gonna have any chemistry issues with this team. Um, I feel like we'll be number one seed. I really feel that wholeheartedly. So, um, but again, it's gonna come to us staying healthy as we can. It's gonna come to us doing our job. It's gonna come to us just going out there, do what we need to do, treat every game as an importance. Don't sleep on any team out there, because on any given night, you know, you can be beat if you sleep on your opponent. So yeah, no one seed.
No, for sure. I can definitely see it. Like you said, the pieces are there. It's just a matter of them going out and doing it and executing. So
Yeah. But I'm excited for tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's gonna really tell us everything that well, it's not gonna tell us everything because you know LeBron and Reeves are out. You know, they're not gonna be playing. But you know, for the other players that's gonna be playing, it's gonna tell us what this team can really be. You know, I just want the team, for me personally, I just want the team to go out there and be focused. Treat this like it's game one of regular season. Don't
yeah,
just treat it like a preseason. You know, go out there, make a statement. Um, Go out there, do what you need to do, and let's get this W and let's really uh set this season off right.
yep.
Um, yeah,
No, that's really
that's
what
all.
I'm looking for. Is I'm not even necessarily looking at the scoreboard. I'm just looking at the mental focus and the attention to detail. You know, I want to see Coach Ham's and LeBron's fingerprints on what we see in action on the floor tomorrow. So just want to see how the pieces fit together. Want to see him play hard, you know, be physical, play tough, and um, you know the chips will fall where they will. So
Right. All right. Well, we've been talking for over an hour about the Lakers, which we should, because this is a Lakers stream, you know, season preview. Um, just to go through a couple of stories around the league. So obviously, the world is still, you know, trying to get itself together from the Dame trade. You know, Mr. Loyal to the soil finally got out of as Jeff would say, that hipster town Portland, um, out of dumpster fire in Portland, and found his way to the Milwaukee Bucks, you know, joining there with Giannis and Chris Middleton. Um, how you think that pairing or you know that pairing gonna be with Dame and Giannis?
um, I think it's interesting because I remember you know hearing the stories about um, LeBron and AD trying to recruit Dame. Um, to the Lakers, and you know his whole thoughts on not wanting to join a super team. Like that was his whole thing. The optics of him joining a super team and it just not being a good look and all that. And who are y'all most excited to see tomorrow and why? We'll circle back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Yeah,
But it's so interesting to see how it all because I thought for sure I thought there was no way he wasn't making it to Miami. I thought that was pretty much a done deal. I thought it
yeah,
was just really a matter of time. So for him to go to Milwaukee, I think it's I think him and Giannis fit very well together. You know, Giannis is uh, you know a top two player in the NBA, depending on upon who you ask. Super physical, able to impose his will both on offense and on defense. You know, able to get to the rim effortlessly. Um, and then you know he's a defender as well, especially on the weak side, um, and being a help defender in the interior. So they fit super well together. You know, one of the things in the past that teams have done is try to build this wall to stop Giannis, especially when he gets in transition to stop him from trying to get to the rim. And now you're not going to be able to do that as easily because you got to worry about Dame, who, I mean, has unlimited range almost. You know, him and Steph, you know, able to shoot
yeah.
from half
He's like
court.
he's like a poor man Steph Curry.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like they fit really well together. I'm excited to see what they actually look like on the court. You know, can you imagine trying to defend a Dame Giannis pick and roll? Like, how do you defend that? Like, how do you defend that? And so, great move for his career. I mean, Giannis is the best teammate he's ever had by far. It's not even close.
No.
So, I mean, excited to see what that team looks like on the floor. I mean, they're definitely, if they don't win the East, then something has gone terribly wrong.
Yeah.
There's no other team. I mean, Celtics made some moves in the offseason, getting Porzingis and I mean, trading for Drew Holiday.
Which
Um,
I called. I
yeah,
called that.
okay. Um, they've made some moves, but it's not even close. The Bucks are
No.
so talented, and with the pieces they were able to keep, keeping Brook Lopez was super big for them, especially
Yeah.
on the defensive end. Um, it's a seamless fit, and I think it'll be really interesting to see what they look like on the court.
Yeah. You said similarly pretty much the same thing I was gonna say. I feel like Dame finally realized that no other star player was coming to Portland outside of Jeremy Grant,
Yeah,
which is not really, he's a role player at best. Um I feel like he just woke up one morning and said, you know what, ain't nobody coming to Portland with me. I might as well just dip. And like you said, he did what was best for his career. I feel like that he was just wasting his years in Portland. Because I mean, you collect all the money you want, but at the end of the day, if no other player is gonna come there to Portland and join up with you, then you might as well just dip. I mean, what are you doing?
yeah,
Besides collecting money. And so even throughout the ordeal this all season, people were saying, well, Portland need to do the right thing and trade him to Miami. I mean, come on, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, a couple of first round picks. They don't really move the needle for anybody. I mean, come on. I mean, clearly Milwaukee, what they did with Phoenix and Portland, that's what that's what that's what needed to be done. And like you said, him and Giannis, that pick and roll is going to be very difficult to stop. Um, you can't build a wall for Giannis no more, because if you try to
mhm,
build a wall, you're gonna leave Dame wide open.
exactly.
If you try to double Dame, you're gonna leave Giannis wide open, in which he can take it to the rim or kick it out to Middleton or Robin Lopez for a three, and they just gonna do damage. And like you said, bro, I got them coming out the East as well, barring any injuries, any setbacks. I got them coming out the East. Boston, I feel like the loss of Robert Williams is going to really
It's huge.
be it's going to be it's a
Yeah.
huge loss for them in their
Hmm.
interior defense. And that hustle rebounder that he is. I feel like that loss, even though they got Drew Holiday, which which is I mean, it's a great pickup. It's a good
Yeah.
pickup for them, with the loss of Marcus Smart. I mean, I
Exactly.
felt like they need to shore up their defense on the guard end, but at the same time, you lose one of your main, shot blocking rebounder and Robert Williams. And I feel like there's gonna be a huge loss for them, especially in playoff time. So um but yeah, like you said, I got them coming out the East, man. I'm glad that Dame was I'm glad that he finally went to a place where he can compete for a title for years to come. And I feel like Milwaukee did that because of what Giannis said this all
Yeah.
season, kind of put the fire up on their butt. Like, y'all don't do nothing. Basically, what he's saying is, y'all don't do nothing. I'm looking at the Knicks. I'm looking at the Lakers.
And
So
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you good, you good.
Um, One thing I thought was interesting, and I don't, with these reports, I don't know what's true, I don't know what's not true, but
Yeah.
for them, supposedly they didn't go to Giannis and ask him if he was okay with the idea of Drew being traded. They just
Mm,
did it,
yeah.
and Giannis, because they were afraid he was going to veto it.
Hmm.
Because they've won together, and Giannis strikes me. He comes off as a very loyal person as far as his teammates go. So I can totally see them, like if they had gone to Giannis and asked him if he was okay with the idea of Drew being traded, I can see Giannis's response being no. Just kind of based off of, that's my brother. We won together. We won a championship together. If I'm gonna go on the fire with anybody, I wanted to be with him. You know what I mean? Um, So I'm interested to see how they actually end up gelling on the court because we all know Milwaukee wasn't Dame's preferred destination. He wanted to go to Miami.
Mhm.
And so between that and Giannis losing, Drew, being a teammate that he's actually won a championship with already, I'm
Yeah,
interested to see how they end up gelling on the court.
yeah,
Because it doesn't, it's not promised that it's going to happen that way. It's like, you don't know how the pieces are going to fit, and maybe
right.
their personalities don't match. You just don't really know. And one last thing, as far as the Giannis thing goes, I know you want to get back to the person we're most excited about seeing.
Yeah,
Um, but it brings up like a larger conversation about loyalty. Like I'm super glad that the Dame trade stuff is over because I was tired of seeing reports about it on the timeline. It was
me
just
too, bro. You ain't the only one.
annoying. Yeah, exactly. Like him making tracks about loyalty and all this. It's like, bro, like we don't need to hear
Yeah,
that. But it brings up a larger conversation about loyalty to an organization, and it's like there's no such thing as loyalty
no.
in the NBA.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Mm-mm.
what LeBron laid out the blueprint for players as far as
Yep,
having control. You sign shorter contracts so that you can keep holding the organization accountable,
yep.
and you can put the organization in a position to where they need to make sure that you're happy. Dame signing these long 5 year supermax contracts.
Mm-mm.
It's like, bro,
You ain't
and
got no leverage.
you have no leverage. On top of that, you
None.
don't have a trade. You don't have a no trade
No
clause.
trade clause. Yep.
It's like, I, it's like I know he expected the Blazers to do the right thing, and obviously he'll probably go down as the best player in Portland Blazer history. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like you cannot trust these organizations to do the right thing because ultimately they're going to do what's in their best interest, and they're going to
Right.
send you. They're going to send if it comes down to a trade situation, they're going to send you wherever they're going to get the best deal from. And
Yeah.
so let this be a lesson. If you want to control your destiny, sign shorter contracts. That's
Yep.
how you get the leverage, like you said.
Well said, my brother. Well said, man. Agree 1,000%. And I feel like what Giannis did, he put a LeBron move. He put a LeBron move, put that fire up on the organizations,
Yep,
put that fire up on organizations. But hey, y'all better get me a star player over here or I'm gone.
exactly.
Um, but yeah, before we get up out of here, I want to get to this last question right here. So it says from LOE, one more. Who are y'all most excited to see tomorrow and why? Uh Man, it's just so many. It's really a tough question because I'm excited for everybody, really.
Yeah,
I'm excited
yeah.
for everybody. I mean, I can't really put my money on one player, but if I really have to, I'm going to say Christian Wood because I feel like he's going to come out the gate trying to prove everybody wrong. He got a bad attitude. He's a locker room cancer. His attitude. I feel like he's going to really come out and make a statement tomorrow. Um, with the lights on him, I feel like he's gonna really come out tomorrow and make a statement. So I'm gonna go with Christian Wood, man. I'm gonna go with Christian Wood.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I mean, I feel like you with Christian Wood, like you said, there's been the whole thing like how he fits into a locker room. Um, but I feel like being we don't have any concerns about him offensively. We know he's a bucket. He can get a bucket whether it's in the interior or shooting. I mean, he has range from the 3-point line as well. So that's not a concern. It's buying in on the defensive end.
Yeah,
That's really
what?
where the concern
Yeah,
is. And
yeah,
like you said, Coach Ham has already come out and said minutes are going to be dictated by those who buy into what we're doing defensively and who go out and execute the game plan.
yeah. Which
So,
he's already said Wood has already been doing in practice. He's already
gotcha.
been
Okay.
putting work
Yeah.
on the defensive end. Yeah, yeah,
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I hadn't seen that, but
yeah.
super excited for Wood. I'm for me. I think because there's been conversations about Max Christie. Is he going to be able to take a jump this year from his rookie season? Um, and there's been kind of a point of contention where people are thinking that Cam Reddish coming in might stunt his growth, might push Max, down as far as minutes goes. So I'm interested to see how both of them look on the floor. Like I just said, it's going to come down to whoever is better on the defensive end. Honestly, that's really what's going to come down to. But I am kind of concerned because I feel like and I feel like it's something that it's not necessarily going to stop us from winning a championship. But we saw in the Denver Nuggets series that we were lacking in having a point of attack defender at the guard position.
Mhm.
And so I think I'm hoping that one of Max Christie or Cam Reddish can step in and fill that void because it's something that we sorely need. Obviously, we have Vando as far as a wing defender, but I feel like we need somebody at one of the guard positions who's able to offer up some resistance, especially to some of these higher scoring guards like Jamal Murray,
Yeah.
Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, those Luka Doncic, those type of players. So I'm interested to see what both of them end up looking like tomorrow.
Yeah. And there could be a chance that we see Max Christie in the starting lineup,
Yeah,
considering that the work and consistency he's shown during the off season and and summer league. So we could
yeah,
see
we're
him
gonna
in the
fit
starting
into the
lineup.
group. Yep.
And I really don't see no issue with that either.
No,
You
I'd
know,
love
it's
it if
yeah, I love
he
it too.
if he takes a step and he's able to come in and really contribute and be a meaningful player in the rotation. I have no issue with that whatsoever.
No whatsoever, man. But that's gonna wrap it up for us, man. It's been an awesome show, man. I appreciate you for joining with me.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's been an exciting Friday. We so excited about Lakers basketball. We less than 24 hours away. We ready to see what these guys gonna do for the rest of the season. I'm definitely gonna be in front of the TV on tomorrow, to see what they're gonna do versus Golden State. But it's been an awesome show. Thank you to our audiences out there. Thank you for your questions, your comments, your jokes, your input. We really appreciate you guys. Like we say all the time, it's not us that makes the show, it's y'all that makes the show. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the Kingpin Talks podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your social media sources are. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe. We got a very, very hot topic for y'all guys next week. Can't really talk too much about it, but the only thing I'm gonna say is y'all got to join in for this one. So more details about that will come out later on in the week. And like I said, we thank y'all for joining us on tonight. And go Lakers.
Go
Go Lakers,
Lakers.
man. So any last words you want to say, bro, before we get up out of here?
No man, it's always a pleasure talking to you, chopping it up, regardless of the topic. But again, we've been meaning to have a conversation about the Lakers for a little while, and so perfect opportunity with them getting back on the court tomorrow. So yeah, man, it was a blast talking to you, and obviously, looking forward to the next time.
Oh yeah, bro. Looking forward to the next time. Well, with that being said, go Lakers, F the Flippers, and yeah, enjoy the game on tomorrow night. Peace out. Love
Peace.
y'all.
Y'all take it easy.
Peace.